Today, we're diving into The Vision-Driven Leader by Michael Hyatt. It's all about becoming a more strategic and impactful leader.
It's a fantastic read. And Hyatt starts by addressing a problem many leaders face, getting so caught up in daily tasks that they lose sight of the big picture. That's where having a strong vision comes in.
I could definitely relate to that feeling of constantly putting out fires. So is Hyatt saying strong vision is the key to escaping that cycle of just reacting to whatever comes up.
Exactly. He makes a really important distinction between a company's mission and its vision. The mission is about where you are now, your purpose, what you're delivering to customers. But the vision is about where you want to go. It's aspirational, focused on the future you're building.
So understanding that difference between mission and vision is crucial because it helps us focus our energy in the right place. If we're always stuck in the now, we might never get to the future we're trying to create.
That's a great point. And this is where Hyatt's distinction between managers and leaders comes in. Managers focus on executing existing plans, keeping things running smoothly. But leaders are the ones setting that direction in the first place.
So it's less about mastering the day-to-day and more about painting that inspiring picture, what's possible.
Precisely. And having a strong vision doesn't just feel good. It has real benefits. For one, it's incredibly motivating for teams. Hyatt gives an example of a video game company whose vision is all about pushing creative boundaries. Because of that, their employees feel like their individual tasks contribute to something bigger, something they truly believe in.
I bet that makes a huge difference in terms of employee engagement and even attracting top talent. People want to be part of something that resonates with them on a deeper level.
Absolutely, but there's more. Hyatt argues that a strong vision can also help leaders make better strategic decisions. When you have that clear picture of where you're headed, it acts like a filter for all the opportunities that come your way.
It's about being able to say no to things. It might be tempting in the short term, but ultimately don't align with your ultimate goals.
Exactly. He uses the example of a medical equipment company that was doing profitable side work, providing delivery services, but it was distracting them from their core vision of expanding into new healthcare markets. They made the tough decision to outsource delivery so they could concentrate on what truly mattered. What's fascinating here is that they used their vision to make a difficult choice, even though it meant letting go of a profitable venture.
That highlights how a strong vision can help you make those difficult choices and avoid getting sidetracked by distractions, even if they seem appealing on the surface. So now I'm curious, how do we actually go about crafting this powerful, inspiring vision? Does Hyatt give any guidance on that?
He does. And it starts with getting into the right mindset. He actually recommends disconnecting from your daily work and environment to create mental space and allow yourself to really think about the future you want to create.
So maybe not a full-blown wilderness retreat, but definitely stepping away from the daily grind to gain some perspective.
Exactly. Once you have that clear space, Hyatt says you need to focus on crafting a vision that's both motivational and compelling. And the first step is making sure it's something you genuinely desire, something you're passionate about.
It has to come from the heart. Because if you're not excited about it, how can you expect anyone else to be?
Exactly. To help you pinpoint that desired vision, Hyatt suggests focusing on 4 key areas: your team, your product, your marketing, and the outcome you want to achieve.
Okay, I'm starting to see how that framework could bring a vision to life. Can you give me some examples of what those areas might look like in practice?
Of course. Let's go back to that video game company. When it comes to their team, they envision a group of passionate, creative individuals who are constantly pushing boundaries. They foster a culture of collaboration and open feedback.
So it's not just about skills. It's about the values and how they work together.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. What about their product? How do they envision that?
Their vision isn't just about creating games, it's about crafting immersive experiences
Yeah.
that allow players to connect and explore new worlds. They focus on emotional impact, storytelling, and building communities.
So it's about understanding the deeper value you're offering.
Yeah.
And the needs you're fulfilling. What about their marketing? How does that fit in?
For them, it's about creating captivating experiences that go beyond traditional advertising. They envision building meaningful relationships with their customers through personalized interactions and authentic storytelling.
So they're not just broadcasting a message, they're creating a dialogue. And finally, what about the outcome? What's the ultimate impact they want to achieve?
Their outcome is about revolutionizing the gaming industry, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with interactive entertainment and creating a lasting legacy.
Wow. That's pretty ambitious. And I love how breaking it down into those 4 areas
Hmm.
makes it feel more concrete and achievable. But we've only just scratched the surface of this book, haven't we?
We have. There's much more to explore, like ensuring your vision is compelling, not just motivational, and actually getting others on board. We'll dive into those topics next.
That's right. It's not enough for a vision to be something you want. It has to be something that truly grabs people's attention and makes them want to be a part of it.
So how do we make a vision go from a nice idea to a must-make-happen kind of thing?
Hyatt uses the words extreme and challenging, but not reckless, to describe what makes a vision compelling.
I'm all for a good challenge, but extreme sounds a little, well,
Extreme.
think of it this way. An extreme vision goes beyond just making small improvements. It's about pushing boundaries, disrupting the status quo, and creating something truly new and innovative. It's not about making your cookies 10% tastier. It's about redefining what a cookie can even be.
Okay, I'm starting to see what you mean. It's about creating that wow factor that
Yeah.
makes people sit up and take notice.
Exactly. But it's crucial to balance that ambition with a healthy dose of realism. That's where the challenging but not reckless part comes in.
Right, because a vision that's completely out of touch with reality is likely to fail.
Precisely. Hyatt emphasizes that a compelling vision should be challenging enough to inspire and motivate, but not so reckless that it puts the company or team at risk. It's about finding that sweet spot between ambition and what's actually doable.
So let's say we've got this amazing vision. It's motivational,
Mm-hmm.
compelling, and everything we've ever dreamed of. What's next? How do we get other people on board?
That's the second step in Hyatt's process. And it's arguably the most important one. You can have the most incredible vision in the world, but if you can't get others to buy into it, it's going nowhere.
It's like having a great recipe,
Yeah.
but no one to bake it with, or no oven to bake it in.
Exactly. And Hyatt stresses that it's not just about convincing your immediate team, it's about getting buy-in from your superiors, your
Yeah.
peers, and the entire company.
It sounds like it could take a lot of convincing. Where do we even begin?
Hyatt recommends focusing on clear and effective communication. He says to use simple, straightforward language and avoid jargon.
So no more buzzwords, no more synergy and paradigm shifts.
Nope. Hyatt argues that kind of language can actually make your vision seem less real, less substantive. It's about cutting through the noise and communicating your ideas in a way that everyone can understand and connect with.
So it's like explaining your vision to someone who knows absolutely nothing about your industry. If you can make them understand it, you're on the right track.
That's a great analogy. And it's not just about the words you use, it's also about conveying your passion and enthusiasm. People are much more likely to buy into something if they see that you genuinely believe in it.
So clear communication is key.
Yeah.
But is there anything else?
Hyatt also talks about the importance of making your vision sellable.
Sellable. Is he talking about marketing our vision like a product?
In a way, yes. It's about understanding what your audience needs and is concerned about, and presenting your vision in a way that resonates with them. It's about highlighting the benefits, addressing potential challenges, and ultimately convincing people that this vision is worth their time and energy.
So it's not just telling people what the vision is, it's showing them why they should care.
Precisely. And one of the best ways to do that is to get people involved in the process. Hyatt recommends starting by pitching your vision to your team and getting their feedback.
It's not about dictating the vision from the top down. It's about creating it collaboratively with the people who will be most impacted by it.
That's right. Not only does that help refine the vision itself, but it also creates a sense of ownership and buy-in.
Because we're all more likely to support something we feel we had a hand in creating.
Exactly. And this feedback process is also really valuable when pitching your vision to your superiors, whether it's your boss, the board of directors, or investors.
So be prepared,
Hmm.
anticipate their questions, and address their concerns up front.
You got it. Hyatt suggests a similar approach for your peers, other leaders and managers within the company. Getting their buy-in early can make the implementation process much smoother later on.
You don't want someone publicly undermining your vision
Yeah.
after you've put all that work into getting everyone else on board.
Exactly. And finally, Hyatt says you need to sell your vision to the company as a whole.
So company-wide presentations, newsletters, that sort of thing.
Those are part of it, yes. But Hyatt emphasizes that repetition is key. You can't just communicate your vision once and expect it to stick.
So it's about consistently reminding people about the bigger picture and keeping that vision at the forefront of their minds.
Precisely. And it's not just about repeating the same message over and over again. It's about finding creative ways to bring your vision to life, showing people how it's being implemented, and celebrating the progress you're making along the way.
Okay, so communicate clearly, make it sellable, and repeat, repeat, repeat. Got it.
Ah,
But realistically, not everyone is going to be immediately on board.
right. That's true. There will always be people who resist change or are skeptical of new ideas. Hyatt acknowledges that this can be one of the biggest challenges for a vision-driven leader.
So how do we handle that resistance? What do we do with the naysayers and the doubters?
Hyatt believes it comes down to three key traits: perseverance, authenticity, and dedication.
Perseverance makes sense. It's about not giving up,
Yeah,
even when things get tough.
exactly. It's about staying focused on the why behind your vision, the positive impact it will have, and your unwavering belief that it's worth fighting for.
And authenticity. I'm guessing that's about staying true to yourself,
Ah,
to your values,
no.
and the core principles that drive your vision.
That's right. It's about leading with integrity, being transparent in your actions, and inspiring trust by being who you say you are.
And dedication. That's about going all in on your vision.
Exactly. It's about being unwavering in your commitment, standing your ground even when faced with opposition, and inspiring others with your passion and determination.
So we've got our vision, we've rallied the troops, we're ready to take on the world, but how do we actually make it all happen? How do we take those aspirations?
Hyatt introduces this concept of a cascading strategic plan, which is a fancy way of saying you break down your long-term vision into smaller, more manageable goals for different time frames.
That sounds a lot less daunting than trying to tackle everything at once. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by this huge vision, we create a step-by-step roadmap to get there.
Exactly. You start with your big overarching vision, let's say a 5-year plan. Then you break that down into 7 to 10 annual goals. And from those annual goals, you choose 2 or 3 to focus on each quarter.
So we're getting more and more specific as we go, narrowing our focus, and creating those clear milestones along the way.
Exactly. And it goes even further. Each quarter, you set 3 weekly goals based on your progress. And then, you guessed it, 3 daily tasks that directly contribute to those weekly goals.
So it's like a waterfall, with each level flowing into the next, all the way down to those daily actions.
That's a great way to visualize it. And Hyatt makes a really important point here. If you don't connect those daily tasks back to your bigger vision, you risk losing sight of what you're actually trying to achieve.
I've been there. It's so easy to get bogged down in those everyday tasks and forget about the big picture.
But with this cascading approach, you're not only making progress toward your vision, you're also constantly reminding your team about its importance.
Because actions speak louder than words.
Right.
If they see you consistently prioritizing tasks that align with the vision, it reinforces its value and keeps everyone focused.
Absolutely. It also creates a sense of accountability. When everyone understands how their daily work contributes to something bigger, it's much easier to stay motivated and on track.
This is all making so much sense. But what about those unexpected challenges that inevitably pop up? How do we handle those curveballs that life throws our way?
Hyatt talks about the importance of being flexible and willing to pivot when necessary.
So it's not about stubbornly clinging to our vision no matter what. It's about adapting and making adjustments along the way.
Exactly. Hyatt outlines the typical progression of company phases: growth, steady state, and decline.
The growth phase is when things are new and exciting. Steady state is when you've established yourself and things are running smoothly. And decline,
Well,
that's what we want to avoid at all costs.
and Hyatt believes that pivoting, or zagging as he calls it, can help us avoid that decline and stay ahead of the curve.
Can you give us some examples of what that looks like in practice?
He shares a great example of a company in its growth phase. That initially planned to offer a wide range of school and work supplies, but after some market research, they realized they were spreading themselves too thin, so they pivoted and narrowed their focus to specialize in grading software, a niche where they could really excel.
So it's about being honest with yourself, about what's working and what's not, and having the courage to make changes, even if it means letting go of some of your initial plans.
Exactly. And it's not just about responding to challenges, it's also about taking advantage of new opportunities. Companies in the steady state phase can easily become complacent. But Hyatt argues that this is the perfect time to innovate and stay relevant.
Because if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind.
He gives the example of a social media company that was losing ground to its competitors. They pivoted by introducing a new feature focused on multimedia content, which helped them stand out and attract new users.
So they use their steady state as a launching pad for even more growth and innovation.
Precisely. And what's really inspiring is that Hyatt believes any company, even one in decline, can use this concept of pivoting to turn things around. It might involve reassessing your core vision, identifying new markets, or even completely reinventing yourself.
So it's never too late to change course, adapt to new realities, and find a new path to success.
Exactly, and I think that's a powerful message. Your vision isn't set in stone, it's a living document. That should evolve as your company and the market change.
This has been an incredibly insightful look at the vision-driven leader. I feel like I've learned so much about what it takes to be a truly effective leader.
Me too. And what I love about Hyatt's framework is that it's applicable to anyone, whether you're leading a team, starting a business, or even working towards a personal goal. These principles can help you achieve great things.
Well, there you have it. Our deep dive into Michael Hyatt's The Vision-Driven Leader. This book is a must-have for anyone looking to level up their leadership skills. And we highly recommend you check it out. You can find a link to the book in the episode description.
It's a game changer for sure.
And as usual, building your empire starts with a book. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share this episode with your friends. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.